Did you know that there's a sanctuary just 5 minutes from Portland? Today on Your Hometown, we're at the Maine Audubon.
So much of the Maine brand is around nature, and so much of Maine's economy relies on having sustainable natural ecosystems. And so Maine's nature is so important not only to our rest and relaxation time, but also our economy and our way of life here.
We want people to have a sense that the natural world is really the foundation of our lives in one way or another. If it's just purely to have a good time in your backyard, or it's climbing Mount Katahdin, or paddling the Allagash. And you don't have to do those things to enjoy the outdoors. You can come to Gilsland Farm at Maine Audubon, just down the street.
Gilsland Farm is one of 9 sanctuaries in Maine, each of them different. Literally, it is in Portland's backyard, just minutes from the city by car, bike, or the number 7 bus. Despite its size, it seems that Gilsland Farm is often unknown to those passing by.
So we're in some ways the best kept secret, I think, in Portland. This farm was essentially given to Maine Audubon, but not at first. Years and years ago, back in the 60s, so almost 50 years ago now, we had a tiny office down by the Hannaford store near Preble Street, just a little office. And we just dreamed that one day we might have a place close to Portland, but a little bit more countryside around it. And we met with a banker in Boston who owned this farm and intended to subdivide it, had approval to subdivide it for house lots. And we asked if we could buy 5 acres. And he said yes, and he gave us a price. And when the closing date came to do the deal, he called and he said, "My wife and I have decided we're going to give it to you." He said, "Well, I think each year I'll give you some more, and we'll learn more about your organization and watch it, and if we like what we see, we'll give all the farm to you." And eventually they gave us the whole farm.
All 65 acres? All
65 acres. And it's just been such a gift to not only us, but to the people of Portland and for the people of Maine. It's a very special place.
Many species of wildlife filter in and out of the sanctuary, and the Maine Audubon has events each month to educate and entertain visitors. Even in inclement weather, there's lots to experience at the Gilsland Farm.
This is our discovery room, which is geared towards children, but we also have information for adults here. And in the winter, this is a real spot for young families to come and explore. And it's just where people can get out of the elements for a little while and explore and have hands-on and look at some of the birds or the squirrels, or see the bees and how bees go in and out of the building through this little tube, or watch turtles. So just a little bit of connection with nature. What we hope is that folks come in and learn a little bit and then have to go outside to answer some of the questions we've posed.
One thing visitors will definitely remember from the Gilsland Farm is the larger-than-life animal portrayals, which stand in place of those that used to be part of Maine's landscape, but have been driven away.
We have about 30 pieces of work that will be here year-round, and they represent various species that have been threatened or endangered in Maine or greater New England. Visitors have been really excited to see these animals. There's a howling wolf up on the top of one of the hills, and so as you start to walk up the hill, all of a sudden you see the outline of this wolf, which is really exciting.
The kids must like seeing this art too.
They do, and sometimes it's these magical little startling moments. So if you go around a corner and there's this prickly looking porcupine, but we're able to connect the art pieces with our programming, and also talk about how art is a nice way to express your connection with nature.
Whether it is to relax or to reconnect with nature, visiting the Gilsland Farm would be impossible without the kindness and assistance of volunteers. The passion for conservation and preservation is shared among all who visit.
In Maine, we're a natural resource-based economy, and enjoying the outdoors and sharing it with your family, having really special experiences outdoors, learning about how natural systems work, the importance of water systems and our native plants, and all of that has always been important.
Sharing the excitement of nature is just a thrill. To be able to have people's eyes, whether they're this tall or this tall, just widen when they see something or experience something or make a connection with the natural world. And so many people are not daily connecting with the natural world that this is a special experience. And here I get the privilege to live it every day.
For more information on the Maine Audubon, log on to their website. It's maineaudubon.org, or there's a link on myfoxmaine.com.